Hi, everyone. It's Tessa.
And Joe.
From the Unveiling Paradise podcast.
Tessa, summer is almost here, and so many of our listeners are about to have their epic destination wedding.
And we are so excited for you guys.
Before the big day, guys, we want you to make sure you listen to these 3 episodes.
Episode 62, Deep Diving Your Wedding Ceremony.
Episode 53, Questions Your Wedding Guests Will Ask.
And episode 31, The Final Countdown to Your Wedding Day.
And if you're planning your wedding here in Hawaii, hit us up and ask us about our Unveiling Paradise podcast promo.
Happy planning.
Hey, Jet Setters. Hey, Tessa. How's it going?
Hey, Joe. I'm good. How are you?
Good. You ready to start our show today?
I'm super excited about this episode.
Right. So our show today is about us. So if you don't care about us, just, skip it. But we wanted to take the time today to talk about why you should listen to us, what experience we have, what experiences we bring to the table, and kind of what was the catalyst for this podcast in the first place.
Right. And I think what's really cool is as we're starting to gain listeners, people have been kind of reaching out and asking, or, just for example, even like my family and friends are like, who's this guy, this rando that you're recording with? So I think it's a nice way for everyone to get to know a little about each other and us.
Who's the rando in the room?
It's you.
It can't be me.
It's you. You're the rando.
Right. I don't know.
He's a rando, and here we are.
Here we go. Okay, so this is actually going to be a really fun episode because we are going to do it in game format, right?
Yay!
So it's going to.
I love games.
Right, and so we have a bunch of questions that we've prepared.
Yep.
And we're going to go from there and just kind of, I guess we're going to answer each other's questions. Is that how it works?
Right. So basically, I have some questions that I have that we're going to ask each other.
Yeah, and then you're going to get to know who we are or how we think about each other, maybe even more so.
It's perfect. So stoked.
All right, before we start that, let's talk about how did we actually get to here? How did we actually get to this place of starting the podcast and talking about the wedding industry and everything?
Our story.
Okay, so
do it.
So COVID happens, right?
COVID happened.
And everything is shut down in the state of Hawaii. I mean, like literally shut down. Weddings are like come to a grinding halt. There's like beaches are closed. You can't go to the beaches. You can't do anything.
It was crazy for over a year.
And so Tessa and I actually get to know each other through this whole process, right? So you and I have known each other sort of, right? For many years, right?
Yeah. Yes, we do. And I'm laughing because I feel like we have the funniest Facebook connect.
Yeah.
I don't know, 7-8 years ago? And it was like, hey, hope to work with you soon. And then we never worked together.
And who sent that message on Facebook? Hey,
me.
Super excited to work with you. It was fun meeting you or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it was not you.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
And then Tessa ghosts me and she's like.
For 7 years.
Yeah, she's like, no, I don't like this guy. He looks weird. He sounds weird.
Did I even reply?
No,
I don't
didn't.
even know.
Or maybe you did and you said, great.
Cool. Nice. Period.
So time goes on. We're working in these different wedding circles, not really working that much together.
I think maybe we had 1 or 2 weddings together.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And so I actually have been involved in this wedding trade organization called the Oahu Wedding Association. And it was actually, my role was the president during COVID.
Congratulations.
No. I had
proud of you.
So I had been on this board for many years and I had always skirted the role of being president. And then finally COVID happens and everyone's like, okay, we need a president. Everyone else
we need a fall guy.
Yeah. Everyone else had already been the president except for myself. And they're like, okay, Joe, you're up. And I'm like, But really, our organization was involved with trying to reopen our industry and trying to get weddings back online. And that's how you enter the scene.
Right.
After years of ghosting me.
Well, and I joined the Oahu Wedding Association during COVID because I felt like we need to reopen. What can I do to help? And so I reached out to, I think it was you, maybe? I reached out to the president, not knowing that it was you. And I was like, darn it, my 7-year streak of ghosting is over.
Right. And then I think what was really funny is we're sitting in on a lot of meetings and we're talking about real heavy things about like, how do you keep your business open and how do you deal with cancellations and postponements? And we actually had a lot to share. We had a lot to talk about with each other, and not actually always being on the same page.
Right. Which I don't know if we were ever on the same page for a lot of the different things.
Right. But that's where we realized, I think, at least I thought, this is a lot of fun. Like we have a lot to share. We have a lot that we've experienced separately. And now,
but in the same industry. And I think that's what's really cool about us, is that we've both kind of gone through this industry. And I think just in talking, like our company histories have been very similar in terms of like how long we've been in business, but it's just we've kind of walked on these completely different paths in the same industry, but just getting so many different experiences. So kind of coming together and talking with you, it's really cool because our viewpoint on things are so different.
Right.
But I actually, and this is the one compliment you're going to get from me today, is I actually, I enjoy talking with you.
Yay, me too. And that's why I
edit that out.
And that's why I decided to start the podcast.
What? That's crap.
Okay, no.
That's crap.
This is Tessa's brainchild.
This is my podcast.
This is your brainchild, right?
I wanted to do a podcast, and I so graciously said, who would be a good partner for me? And I was like, it's Joe. It was a very easy decision.
Because of all of our arguing over the COVID shutdowns.
Because we had to argue all the time. But I feel like it's okay to argue, and I think we do it well.
And we have fun when we're arguing.
Yes.
I don't know if we're arguing, but we're conversating.
Yeah.
With passion.
Yeah. We argue with passion. Converse with passion. So let's get to our game. I'm super excited to get started.
Perfect. Me too. Let's go.
Let's do it. Welcome to Unveiling Paradise, your go-to destination wedding podcast. I'm Tessa, wedding planner and owner of Fred and Kate Events.
And I'm Joe, wedding and adventure photographer of Joseph Esser Photography. We are based in Hawaii, one of the biggest, most popular locations for destination weddings.
We want to share our real-life experiences with you, give you insight from a professional's perspective, and still make sure you're having fun in the process.
We're huge believers in the fact that planning a destination wedding can be one of the most amazing experiences, and we want to bring you along.
We're so excited to talk with you about weddings, Hawaii, and everything else under the sun.
So pack your bags and let's get started.
So today, it's all about me.
No.
Today, it's all about us?
Yeah, that's better.
Fine. Okay. Like we mentioned earlier, our listeners have been asking us to share a little bit about ourselves, which I think is super awesome. I love talking about myself. So I thought it'd be cool to make it a super competitive game. See, I am funny. So we're going to make it a game, and it's going to be super competitive.
Are you competitive?
No,
not at all.
Not even a little.
No,
but if I don't win, I will die.
Yeah. Okay. I agree.
And so the way it's going to go is I have, 10 questions or so. But instead of answering questions about yourself, you're going to answer about me, and I'm going to answer about you.
Okay.
But we're going to keep score, and then I'm going to win.
How do you win this? So whoever gets it right
answers the most questions correctly.
Okay.
Will win. But what's the prize? It has to be something awesome.
It has to be bragging rights.
Fine. Okay, so I'm going to win. It doesn't matter. Whatever works. It's fine.
I want to keep tally of who gets them right.
Perfect.
Or who gets the best answer. Can we say best answer? Because some of these might be fun too. All right, let's get started.
Let's do it. Okay, so I have 10-ish questions. Didn't count them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 10, exactly 10.
I have exactly...
Not 10-ish.
Can I laugh at myself but not you?
No.
I have exactly 10 questions that I'm going to ask you. I want you to answer what you think my answer is.
Okay.
And I will answer what I think your answer is.
Okay, got it.
With that said, whoever gets the most correct is the winner.
Okay, perfect.
Some of them are kind of our foundation, but then we get better.
Okay, so people can get to know who we are and our background. And
right?
Okay, got it.
That was my intention. Joe. First question is, where were you born and raised? So that's you're answering me.
I'm talking in Tessa voice.
Yeah.
Where were you born and raised? Well, can you be vague?
No.
So I can say Hawaii. Obviously, you were born and raised in Hawaii.
Yeah, but where?
I feel like I don't actually know that. I want to say you were born and raised in Aiea.
No, I don't even know if I've been to Aiea.
Okay, so... Dang it. First one. You have to... Okay, all right. Okay, you're up.
Okay.
Let's see if you can get this
one. I'm going to talk in Joe voice.
I have a much higher voice than that. It's higher, please. Do it correctly.
I don't think I can even go higher. That's as high as my voice goes. Okay, where were you born and raised? I'm going to say Minnesota, right?
Yep.
So you were definitely Midwest.
Yep.
Midwest. I wish I had a Midwest accent, but
yeah, you betcha. All right, so Minnesota is correct, but you
that's
put
a
it,
state.
Yes,
that's
but
a state.
you have to name the city, and this is going to be
impossible. Okay. That's a tricky one because I know Minneapolis. Yep. Minneapolis is a city. It's a city in the Midwest.
This isn't going very well.
Am I correct?
Not at all.
Oh my God. St. Paul?
No. All right, we got
Boise? Am I getting closer?
I was born and raised in a small little lake town called Brainerd, Minnesota.
Brainerd.
The home of Paul Bunyan and the Blue Ox. Yes, exactly. So mythical place. It's a mythical place.
Interesting. Yeah. And what brought you to Hawaii?
I came out here for college. And then I fell in love with the place. And
what made you come here for college, though, anywhere?
Have you been to Minnesota?
In the winter?
It's like
I have been to Minnesota,
10 years of winter and then like a month of summer.
I did go to Minnesota a few times. I used to work for an airline, and they flew there.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. And I went to visit a friend.
And you loved it.
Yeah. I don't know why I don't live there. It's a pretty amazing place.
All right. So let's go to the second question. So neither of us got that correct.
What?
Okay, so right now we are 0 for 0.
Damn it. Okay.
I'm asking this question. You're going to answer on behalf of me.
Okay.
And then I get to answer on behalf of you.
Oh, my God.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be, fill in the blank, when I grew up.
Okay, when I was a kid, Joe would want to be, I would say, a scuba diver.
Wow.
You like the water.
Well, actually, I don't even know what I wanted to be when I was a kid.
Come on. How can I win if you're trying to like mess with me?
I think, what did I want to be? I think I wanted to be like Indiana Jones, to be honest.
Dude, that's not even fair.
I mean, yeah, he was a college teacher. All the girls loved him.
That's fair.
And he had adventures and he found jewels and rubies and all these awesome things.
I feel like scuba divers have a lot of adventure too.
That is true.
So
okay, still 0 for 0.
Kind of a half point?
No.
Adventurer.
Yeah, you could have said that. I'm going to be very specific with you. And I think this is 100% correct.
You're not going to get it.
When you were a kid, you wanted to be a bus driver.
I mean, I hate driving in general, so you're as far off as
Okay, but hold on for a second. So a bus driver.
What's your reasoning?
So a bus driver has complete control over a situation.
No, did you not watch Speed?
Okay.
Sandra Bullock had no control over that bus at all.
You are so punctual, right? The kids would get to school on time.
I am punctual.
You know what I mean? I think it would have been...
I could be like a train driver in like Japan. They're very punctual, like to the minute.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would have thought you would have dreamed of.
Yeah, that's fair. I get it. No point.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. So what I actually wanted to be was an astronaut.
Very cool.
I was into space. Then I ended up wanting to be an astronomer.
How's your math skills?
Great. I'm actually very good at math. My brother-in-law and I used to have like math offs.
Oh,
I'm not kidding because my sister's awful at math.
Sounds super cool.
We were in Australia and we were constantly trying to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius just to see who could do it faster.
Okay, go for it.
No, I
10
mean
degrees.
I can't anymore.
10 degrees Fahrenheit.
I know, I'm done. I can't.
All right.
I'm too dumb now.
All right.
Okay, now you have to answer this question about me.
All right.
Are you a morning or night person?
Okay, I'm Tessa, and I'm a night person.
Yeah.
100%. You're up at like 3 in the morning. If you have like any burning wedding questions, text them to Tessa. She will answer them at 3 in the morning.
I'm awake at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Actually, and I also think you're a morning person too. I'm not, but my final answer is night. But I think you don't sleep. I actually think you're a robot.
Vampire.
It's
a vampire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so,
don't be crazy.
Okay.
Right. I think you are. God, I don't think you're either. You're kind of a midday kind of person.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I feel like we record in the morning and your game is never on. And you're also definitely an early sleeper. So I don't know where you fall in this question.
Okay, so you're a vampire.
Yeah.
I'm more of like a grizzly bear.
Like just constant hibernation. Or what is... No, the sloth. Where they come out for a good like 30 minutes and do their jam, but do it well.
Yep.
And then they
Everybody
go back.
loves the sloth.
Yeah, everyone loves the sloth, but then they just kind of go back and do their thing.
Yeah. Okay, so you are correct about that.
Yeah, and you are correct too.
1 point for each of us.
Yes. Wait, did we not get the one before? Oh, no, we did not get the one
We did not. We're not doing very well right now. Okay, my turn. Joe, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Well, Tessa, your voice is so high.
Is it annoying voices? Annoying voice of a voice.
Biggest pet peeve of me making fun of your voice. Okay, I know for sure one of them is when people chew bananas.
Yes.
Right? I remember you talking about that.
I can't handle that.
I wish I had a banana.
Yeah. Have you ever really listened to somebody chew a banana? It's like the most gross, like it's disgusting. It's
I wish you could somehow like drop it into the podcast.
Yeah, no, it's definitely grossing me out. That's one thing.
But is that a pet peeve?
I don't know.
It's not a pet
it bugs me
peeve.
if I'm sitting in the airport, someone's chowing down on a banana. I gotta leave. I gotta move. I gotta just get away because it just grosses me out. I don't know, something about the mushy mashing sound.
What if your daughter's eating a banana?
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah. See you later in 5 years once you finish your banana.
Okay, wait, but is that a pet peeve?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay, then I win.
You get 1 point for that. I think that's fair. Okay, I'm Tessa. What's my biggest pet peeve? I don't know.
I feel like you know this.
Probably is about being on time, punctual.
It is. If people are late, it just annoys the crap out of me. Yep.
2 points each.
But who's late a lot?
Not me. Just for our podcast.
Okay. How many people did you have at your wedding, Tessa?
Well, I think I already know this because you've talked about this in another episode, but I feel like it was like 50 people.
Yeah, damn, you're right.
Hey, I do have a good memory. All right.
You're right.
And how about you, Joe?
I think you told me this. I don't think it was on an episode, but I think about 100.
Yeah, it was like 120
110?
actually.
Oh, darn it.
Close.
But you had no kids.
No kids, yep. And you had kids. So
I had kids, yeah.
we count those as humans?
Yeah, I guess. For sake of counting, yeah.
All right, okay, perfect. I think we're close enough on both of those.
I think so. Would you change that now? Like looking back, would you increase or decrease your guest count?
Personally, I think 100 to 150 is like a sweet spot for most weddings. Because you have enough people where you can be on the dance floor and not be like the awkward person dancing by themselves.
That's fair.
Right? And you have enough people to party and you have enough people that... I like that number. Okay. But I think sometimes if it's too big, then like our couples don't actually get to even interact with everybody because it's just overwhelming. We had weddings where it's like 800 people and you're like...
Have you done an 800-person wedding?
I sure have. And it's just insane.
I've never done one that big. It would be so overwhelming for me. Yeah. I don't even know what I'd do. Yeah.
And you have a lot of people to take pictures of. So you never are like void of content, but it's just too much. Like the couple isn't going to say hi to 800 people.
Right.
And I think sometimes when our weddings are too small, then again, like it can be an awkward dance party, right? Where it's like, all right, everybody has to dance. And then, I think did you dance at you had a morning wedding?
We had a morning wedding. Yeah. It was really about the mimosas and crepes.
Yeah. So that was probably more appropriate.
Yeah. That's fair.
Oh, that was educational. I like that. That's good. Okay. Okay. So to all our listeners, this is a question that you probably have already heard, so you guys can guess this one. But we're asking, what is your bucket list destination wedding? So if you could have a destination wedding anywhere, Joe, where would you go?
This one's easy, and I'm positive I'm going to get this one right. It is Bora Bora.
Absolutely. So what is our guess? What is our tally now? Is it 4-3?
I think it's 4-3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'm definitely in the lead. That I know.
Yeah. And I've talked about that before. Bora Bora is just such an amazing, beautiful place.
Right.
To have a wedding there, to shoot a wedding there. Definitely would love to see that happen.
Super cool. Now, Tessa.
Yes. Yes.
What is your bucket list wedding destination?
Okay. I think I might know. I think it's Lake Como.
You're wrong.
What?
Yay! So I win. We only have 3 more questions. I feel like I'm going to totally win.
All right. Well, so our tally is 4-3 then.
I think it's 5-3. Didn't I just get another one right?
No. Okay. Quit cheating. 5-3. No. Okay. So where is your...
so mine is Whistler in Vancouver, which you knew. So that's on you.
Yeah. Okay. I did know that.
See? So I just saw something on, I don't know, BuzzFeed or Facebook or something. This couple got married at the top of the ski lift, and then all of their guests skied down. It was so cool. What? It's so cool.
Yeah, I'm making a weird face right now. Like, what? Their guests ski down.
So they basically all went, they all caught.
And this is your jam.
Up. Well, I mean.
Are you going to ski for their wedding?
Yeah, why not?
You're like, okay,
I'll
checklist.
Yeah. More snowboarding than skiing, but I mean, I can try. I can do it.
All right. Okay.
But it was so cool. So they all skied down. They got these like amazing photos.
Oh my gosh.
Of all of their guests in like full like black tie, and the bride's in her dress, and they're all like skiing down the hill.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
okay, I want to see
cool
this.
To shoot?
Yeah, that would be.
I'll put it in the
interesting.
show notes for you.
I feel like a drone would be cool for that. I think you could do some cool stuff with the drone.
I think so.
Anyway, okay. So everyone, it is 4-3. We just did a math.
We just did math.
We did a math.
Perfect. What was one job you did before weddings, Tessa?
Okay, I know that you went to culinary school. So I have to guess you baked something for profit, for money.
I did not. I didn't.
You never used your culinary
after
degree.
Culinary school, I'm like, I don't want to work in a kitchen. It is hot. I'm sweaty all the time. I did not. I went to culinary school. So here's a little bit of backstory. I went to culinary school because I wanted to go into catering. So I wanted to have the profit and margins and that like the understanding versus actually being like a baker or a cook. Like I didn't ever want to be in a kitchen.
So you know the kitchen's inside and out. You know what? Okay,
so right. So for me, it's a skill to have as a wedding planner where I understand what it takes, but I never wanted to bake or cook or be in a kitchen.
Okay.
So no point for you.
Good. Okay. Well.
So I definitely know that I am right about this one because I always like to make fun of you, but you are Professor Esser.
Professor Esser.
You are a professor of something.
Bing, bing, bing. That is, that is correct. Okay, I do have a PhD in anthropology, believe it or not. I did want to be Indiana Jones.
You did? Oh my God.
But
You're so random.
It really didn't turn out that way. You don't get to be.
It never does.
No.
You got the girl.
Yeah, you got the girl. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
I picked up photography when I was in graduate school. That's how I became a photographer. I was taking graduate courses, and you could take all these electives. And I was traveling. I was doing all these amazing things. And I'm like, if I don't know how to take pictures, this is just such a waste of experience, right? So that's how I got into photography. When I was finishing my degree, I had started a business, and I realized that I enjoyed taking pictures.
You started a photography business?
I did, yeah. In graduate school, I started my company, and I started weddings, and that's how I got into it. And that was.
Did you start with weddings, or were you doing other things?
I kind of played around with different things, but I found that weddings were my jam because weddings, I think, for my personality, they're perfect. They're fun. They're exciting. Like there's no two weddings are ever the same. And you're kind of walking into like the day in the life of a couple, and you get to it's always fun. It's always dynamic. It's always interesting.
Right.
And that's where I got started. So yes, you are correct. Unfortunately.
Yes.
What is it? 5?
5 to 3. Next question. This is a good one.
I'm Tessa, and I'm going to answer it.
I'm scared to see. Okay. If you could choose a different job at a wedding, what would it be?
So all the different jobs that you have at a wedding. So it could be
all the
like
different aspects.
The cake person or the DJ or the MC. Okay.
What do you think I would be?
I think you would be a photographer.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
I think, I've heard you say if you need help in a bind, like
I'm just helpful. Jeez.
But I think you could be a photographer. Am I right or am I wrong?
I don't know.
You don't have an answer for it. How am I supposed to get a point for that? Okay, I'm taking my point. What would you say?
Well, I want to hear your answer first, I'll tell you if I think it works or not.
Photographers, they are there from start to finish, just like a coordinator.
Right.
And you know what you need to take pictures of, right? Just like a coordinator knows, we need to have the rings with the bride. We need to have the invitations. We need all those things. You know what's important. You guys actually help us a lot with the family photo shot list, and you help us sometimes posing if somebody's like, like wearing sunglasses, you're like, no, get those sunglasses off, right?
I do like to yell at people.
So I feel like you could be a photographer.
Thanks. I feel like that is a compliment coming from you.
I didn't say good photographer.
I don't know if that's what I would do. Oh, man. Honestly, I feel like, here's my thought, right? With photography, like, it's a lot of pressure. Like, you guys are really working hard. You're getting, like, I don't know. I feel like that's really high pressure where if you forget something or if you don't get that kiss at the ceremony, like it's a lot more pressure than I think I want.
Okay, this is going to sound horribly conceited and egotistical, but it's not if you know what you're doing. Right?
But you just said I wouldn't be a good photographer.
No,
you said I'd be a photographer. So.
No, but it's not if you know what you're doing, right? So we know like that big kiss moment. We have 2 photographers. We always bring 2 photographers to weddings in case Uncle stands up with his iPad in the middle of the aisle, right? You have that
so
other
you can
angle.
get it from different angles.
Yeah.
I see.
And so if you know what you're doing and you know you create a team that knows where to be and how to, and like a lot of times this actually happens to us, the bouquet toss, right? The bride's about to throw the bouquet. Somebody stands right in front of the camera because they want to get a picture.
Right.
We never miss it because we have another person also taking that
What
shot.
if there's 2 people standing in front of 2 cameras?
We have elbows and we knock them out.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, fine. I'll give you a point. I don't know if that's my only answer. You ask me.
Okay, so Joe.
Yeah.
What is your job?
Okay, so if I was not the best photographer ever, I would be the DJ MC.
Yes.
Hold on. This is my thought. You like to be the personality, the life of the party, and I feel like that would really fit you. Like you want to like have all eyes on me, all the attention.
I just like having an audience for my jokes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It would be like, but you'd be like one of those MCs that are really like not about the couple, but kind of talking about yourself.
So you're saying I'd be horrible. I'd be horrible at it.
I said that works for some people,
Yeah.
but I feel like you like to make people laugh. You like to make people smile. You like to keep them entertained. And I feel like that's a big part of being, like knowing the crowd, feeling the crowd, knowing the music, the vibe, keeping it high, dropping it low when it has to. Like, I feel like you'd be good at it.
Do you think that the fact that I'm a mediocre dancer is going to kind of kill that vibe?
I think that's the great thing is like, then you don't have to dance. People don't want you to dance. Like, stay there and do your job. Don't sneak on the dance floor.
No, but there's some DJs, right, that they get on the dance floor and they're teaching like the cha-cha,
but that's
whatever.
Not you. I don't mean for you to do that.
I can't do that. I would be horrible.
Stand behind the table at the whatever and just do your job and do it well.
Okay.
Do I get a point?
I probably would have said MC, but I'll give you a point for that because
I said MC/DJ.
Yeah, I don't think I couldn't mix music. It would be horrible. And all these sound effects and what is that? Like the reggaeton. like not appropriate for a wedding.
But I got a point.
Okay, you have that point. I'll give you that point. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Oh, this is definitely a fluff.
This is where things are going to get real awkward.
This is a fluff question if I've ever seen one. I can tell these are your questions because
No, but look at the one after that.
All right, well, let's get to this one.
Okay.
All right, so Joe, what do you like best about your co-host?
Oh, thank you for asking, Tessa.
You're so polite, Joe.
Okay, what I want to say it's that I do all the work for you. You can just show up and I have everything set up for you.
That is not true. I set up the whole studio today, everyone. We've got our board, we've got cameras. While you were eating your breakfast, excuse me, that's not true.
Listen, who bought breakfast for you?
Yes, okay. All right, take that. But that is not what I would have said.
It's not?
It's not. And this is actually, I thought about this. It's that you laugh at all my jokes.
No, not today.
See, you're laughing. Okay, whatever. I think that's I love your laughter. I think it's so much fun to talk and not fall on deaf ears.
I forgot that I was trying to not laugh today. I'm going to try for the next episode.
No point for you. All right.
Darn it. So, Tessa, what do you like most about your co-host, Joe?
This is so hard because I'm really just talking about myself at this point. Isn't that right?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, this is what I think Tessa likes most about her co-host. I think that you think I am the loose cannon on the podcast, and that and I think that's
well, you are.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I think that works. I think it works. Like you're the organized one, and I'm the loose cannon, and I stay off the script.
I'm the loose cannon, though.
What is your answer?
My answer, let's see. What I like most about you as my co-host, I don't know. I think there's so many.
It's got to be something. Dig deep.
I think what I like is that you are always in a good mood. Like, it's really easy to vibe off of you because you always bring it.
All right. Yeah. Ditto. Back at you.
There we go. Okay, so what's the most annoying thing about your co-host, Tessa?
Okay, so I'm Tessa. I'm talking about Joe, though.
Yeah, so
what's
annoying about Joe? You answer what you think is annoying about Joe, and then I'll answer what's annoying about Joe.
Okay, got it. Okay. So I'm going to say something horrible about myself, and then you're going to tell me if I'm correct or not. This question is really not nice. I'm going to say my go with the flow, last minute procrastination vibe. Is this going to get done? Is our episode going to get edited on time? It absolutely will, but it'll be at the very last minute. And I know that drives you nuts.
That is annoying.
See, I got it. I get that point. I get the point.
No,
Taking
but
the point.
that's not my answer. That's not my answer. I think
I'm not correct then.
No, you are correct.
You just want to add one more thing to say about something that annoys you. Okay, good. Okay, go for it.
Is it annoying? I don't know. I think it's just when you don't laugh at my jokes.
Okay.
I try hard to be funny.
Radio silence. That is true. And I've told you got to bring your jokes if you want me to laugh. You got to step it up, Tessa.
I'm funny. I have to say it to myself to believe it.
I am funny. I'm very funny.
I'm funny. I'm funny.
Okay. All right. So what is the most annoying thing about your co-host, Joe?
Well, Tessa, I think there are many things that are annoying about my co-host, Tessa. But I would say one of the most annoying ones is the excessive amount of text messages that she sends.
And emails.
Ding,
ding, ding, ding. So literally, all right, Tessa's a planner, and she puts all her thoughts into texts and emails.
So I don't forget.
I woke up one morning to 30 emails. I was like, oh my God, okay, this is a little excessive. I have to tell her this is I can't even read that much in a day. My head starts spinning.
It was for you to pace yourself for the week. I don't want to forget anything.
Okay, you get a point for that. I will agree with you on that. But it's also, you're the organized one. You have everything organized, so
But if I was more organized, would I send just one email?
Yeah, maybe.
Or one text?
I think 30 is excessive.
It might be.
Let's tally this. I have no idea where we're at. It sounds like it's 7 points to 4 points.
Yeah.
So you win.
Yes.
But these were your questions.
But I mean, it's about you. I don't know you. Or do I? I guess I do.
So this week we are skipping our Q&A, our question and answer with Joe and Tessa, because obviously we're
too busy talking about ourselves.
We answered all the questions we wanted to talk about and ask each other.
Good questions. Good.
So thanks.
Thank you.
And that is also it for this week's episode. We hope you had a lot of fun. We hope you actually learned something helpful.
I had fun. Did you?
I hope everyone doesn't think we're psychopaths.
Maybe. I mean,
why was there that pause? That was a very awkward pause.
Because
maybe they think you are. If you do have questions, if we didn't answer all of your questions today, if you have any burning questions you want to ask us, please send them our way, and we will try to answer them at our next episode.
Follow us on Spotify, Apple, wherever. We are definitely getting into the groove of this. I hope that this episode didn't turn you off, but we hope to see you back here soon.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Unveiling Paradise.
If you enjoy our show, please follow us and rate us on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. It would really mean a lot.
And don't forget to also get on our mailing list and follow us on Instagram. Just do it already.
Until next time, this is Tessa.
And this is Joe.
And don't forget, your happily ever after
is just a plane ride away.